Hello everybody and welcome back to this installment of this build series on the dreadnought. I've done a couple changes since the last episode. I've changed out the material of the superstructure for light alloy, so now it's floating upright because of the weight distribution. I've installed armor for the turrets, and I've lengthened the stern slightly so that it doesn't look as stubby. It looked really stubby to me. I've also done some stuff with the funnel. It now has a detection system inside the funnel. It's not very effective. It's not gonna do the job on its own, but it's a start. It's pretty. Um, so, for this episode, we're going to be installing turrets. I want to have two 400 or 500 millimeter advanced cannons, which would do the job of this particular ship well. Also, less costly than it could, but also it's a very cheap ship so far, so cost is of a concern. Um, the space we have to work with is a 5 by 5 by 6, so we I cannot build effective cram cannons that fit that space, so I'm using APS guns. Before we begin, I just want to thank those who gave me feedback on the last video. That was very helpful. Yes, the gun turret, the gun layout is very much pre-dreadnought. I like that. So thank you for your feedback, and let's get into it. Okay, so this is the gun that I have built so far. I don't want to do the turret cap until it's installed on the ship, so that it fits the aesthetic of the vessel. It does not have any cooling vents at this time. I'm going to need to figure out how I can implement them. I'm thinking starting with this space, maybe here. Actually, no, I've got an idea right now. I want to see if this is feasible. I have opted for 400 millimeter guns due to size restraints. I'm not able to get all of the gauge increasers in without having severe issues with cooling. So the turret cap is where most of these are going to be. This might just work. Need to switch these. There, now they're even. So now, we need to get a shell going. What type of shell should we use? First, let's determine how long we need the shell. This is going to be rather boring, so I'll get back to you when I have a better shell going. So, see you when it's working. Alright, so the shell that we've come up with for this gun is a heavy head, an HE warhead body, and a pen depth fuse set at 10 meters of distance. The heavy head pens the softer deepwater guard targets fairly easily, so it can kill things quite rapidly. It gets to their AIs quickly. The HE warhead body, it explodes inside the ship. The pen depth fuse makes sure that the HE warhead can hit as many blocks as it can reach. Then with the 4 gunpowder casings each full, we have almost 800 meters of velocity and a reload rate of 8.8 rounds per minute. So it gets off a shot around every 7 seconds, which is fairly decent. So just for a demonstration, I will spawn a shuriken. And I'm going to use this gun to rip it apart. It's a very accurate cannon too. The block confetti is lovely. And 3 shots. And the ship's dead. So this is what we're going to be using on this. At least against the deepwater guard. We're probably going to get a new shell and hit the ion switch. So, let's get this thing in the ship. Well, let's first put some armor on it, if possible. Yeah, I should be able to do this. There we go. So, the turret deck. There. And this turret can rotate inside its housing, so that's not an issue. Let's see how much this turret costs. Yeah, 11,000 materials. This is going to be a cheap ship. Now let's put it in the ship. Start with the stern turret because it's the right height. The bow turret will need some additional height on the turret neck. So I'm going to do a time lapse to build the turret cap on this one and then install the bow turret. See how it looks. Oh, it's gonna fit so nicely. Alright, so let's do this. here we are. The ship now has operational main cannons. Obviously the weight is a bit more top-heavy now, but we can fix that in the future with stabilization. So in the next episode, we are going to be installing the AI and engines to get this thing going. So, see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.